I'm here with the incredible Congressman Mike Thompson, and we have a hard subject to talk about. Congressman, included in the horrible, awful bill that was just signed into law was a provision to reduce the tax on silencers. Can you tell us a little bit about the background there and what happened?
I can. First, it's important to note that the big ugly bill is now the big ugly law.
Yeah.
It's been signed into law. There is a provision in the law that reduces the fee that one had to pay in order to go through the background check at all to buy a silencer. The silencers have been regulated for, I think, almost 100 years now, and there's a good reason for that. And I think it's important that people know that unlike the James Bond movies, if you put a silencer on a firearm, it doesn't quiet the firearm. It disperses the sound.
Yeah.
So if there's a mass shooting and you're trying to run away and take cover, you have no idea where the shots are coming from. So it's unsafe for people in those types of positions. And when law enforcement shows up, because the sound is dispersed, they have no idea where the shots are coming from. So it makes it more difficult for them to neutralize the shooter. It makes it more difficult for them to do their work in a safe space. It increases the danger that our public safety, our law enforcement folks face in responding to these. And you know, it's if it weren't so serious, it would be laughable that the proponents of this claim that this is a hearing protection effort. And that is just absolutely ridiculous. And in the hearings, you know, we heard it time and again. So these aren't silencers, these are hearing protectors. But yet, if you go online and look at the advertisements that these companies are posting, it all says silencers.
Yeah.
You know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
These are silencers. It's going to be easier. It's going to cost taxpayers $1.7 billion in this initial move. But the truth of the matter is, the long-term goal is to deregulate them completely. So there's no regulation, there's no oversight, there are no background checks. Bottom line, they want you to be able to buy silencers unregulated over the counter.
And the purpose is to sell more guns that include silencers, something that under law is completely prohibited right now, and that obviously creates huge risk. Along the lines of what you're saying, Congressman, I'm from Virginia. There was a horrific mass shooting in Virginia Beach several years ago. A silencer was involved. For those that did survive that mass shooting, what they report is they were scared. They didn't understand where to go because it dispersed the sound, exactly what you're saying. So this is the gun industry simply trying to make more profits. Brady is poised to fight any efforts that they undertake. Gun Owners of America is particularly behind this, trying to completely deregulate silencers. You can find out more about that effort at our website, but I want to say thank you so much for leading the charge to try to stop this from being included in the bill. We appreciate your leadership.
We tried everything we could.
Yeah.
You know, I had amendments both in committee and I had them in the Rules Committee as well. And it was a partisan issue. And the partisans won. Sadly, and we're going to suffer for that. So thank you for what you're doing. Fight's not over. No. We need to make sure we do everything we can for gun safety.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.